And after some technical delays here, we are live from DeMatha High School here in Hyattsville, Maryland for the Capital Hoop Summer League. You're watching Game Time Live, presented by the Scholar Athlete Sports Network. This afternoon's first matchup is between Gonzaga and Georgetown Prep, two storied private schools here in the DMV. First 4 points scored for Gonzaga were by Nick Lewis off of 2 free throws, followed by a layup in transition for Georgetown. For Georgetown Prep, their basket came from RJ Stewart. So we stand 4-2. 14-24 to go in this first half, as the first free throw falls through for Gonzaga by Mikey Williams. And Williams goes 2 for 2 from the line. Georgetown Prep on the offensive now. 5-2, the number 11 team in this 32-team tournament. Driving to the lane with the layup is good by Lee Brunner. Brunner, who had 12 points in Georgetown Prep's win against Spalding the other night. Caden drives in and is fouled on the shot. 3 defenders went up for that one, and he came down with no basket but a foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Gonzaga, the number 7 seed so far, 6-2. Last win is 77-49 victory over St. Mary's Annapolis, as Caden's first free throw hits the back of the rim. Gonzaga in the regular season, a 18-12 team, lost 51-47 to Wilson High School in the DCSAA semifinals, as Caden goes 0 for 2 from the line. Now the Hoyas on the offensive. Driving inside, dishing, laying. No good initially for Colin Reynolds, but Guap Cody was there for the rebound. The foul was called on against Reynolds, so he'll shoot 2. His first free throw falls. Georgetown Prep already up to 4 fouls as a team, Gonzaga with 1. That first foul being on this foul shot right here, and 2 for 2 from the line goes Colin Reynolds. Taking it the other way is Nick Lewis. Lewis has been in and out of this lineup for Gonzaga. He's leading this team with 22.2 points per game and 6.8 rebounds. Offers from looking for the drive-in and finding no room for the Hoyas was RJ Stewart, and eventually he gets the 3-pointer. It doesn't fall. Rebound back to the Hoyas, and they'll reset. Stewart in the corner finds Lee Brunner. Brunner drives in, fouled on the baseline. Call will be on the floor. So Gonzaga picks up their second team foul. Brunner thought that it was a shooting foul, but no dice there. Brunner gets it out to Guapi Cody. Cody to Stewart. Stewart steps back, loses it, almost gets to the halfway mark, but instead drives to the lane, elevates, but the floater won't go, and the rebound will go to Jack Caden. But Akbar Waheed stuck his hands out there and gave it right back to Stewart. Inside, blocked. Colin Reynolds going the other way for Gonzaga, but not finding the basket is Will Harper. Subs will check in for Georgetown Prep in the forms of Patrick McDonough and Frank Siakabe. McDonough, the leader for this team, averaging 11.3 points and 50% shooting from three-point land. So a consistent shooter for Gonzaga as foul is called on the floor. Pardon me, Georgetown Prep. McDonough will inbound. Lee Brunner will run the point. Brunner face some defensive pressure. Georgetown Prep works the ball around. McDonough pulls up. Jumper won't go. Rebound eventually ends up with Mikey Williams. The court, Nick Lewis puts it behind his back. Kicked it out to Thomas Baddies. Baddies gets it again. Williams, baseline, back to Baddies, pulls up for three, looks good, is not good, rebound. Initially seemed like it would come down with Colin Reynolds. Mikey Williams gave some pressure. The last touch by him, so Reynolds will have it at his own baseline. McDonough there to run the point. 5'10", class of 2025. Georgetown Prep works it around the arc. Inside, foul is called. So heading to the line for two is Colin Reynolds.
Are you not getting the signal?
Reynolds misses the first one. Gonzaga on the other end. Lewis rises up for three, won't go. Rebound to the Hoyas. The refs say that Georgetown Prep last touched it. So Eagles inbound, Caden to Lewis. Nick Lewis. Tried the lay and had two defenders jump up with him, and he was able to draw the foul. It's 5 as a team on Georgetown Prep. Of course, 1-1 shooting at 7 fouls. No double bonus for the Capital Hoop Summer League as Lewis goes 2 for 2 in his second trip to the line. Gonzaga leads this one 10-7, 10 minutes and 13 seconds in the first half. Pull-up jumper, no good for RJ Stewart. Yeah, subs will come in for both sides. Akeem Clark and Akbar Wahid in for Georgetown Prep. McDonough. No room to work with, so gave it up to RJ Stewart, who pulls up. Jumper, no good. Rebound to Nick Lewis. Lewis gets it back from the top of the key. In and out. Back to the Hoyas. McDonough. Stewart. Inside block from behind on Akbar Wahid, but a foul is called on Baddies. So Wahid will head to the line for 2. Akbar Wahid, 11 points and 6.4 rebounds per game for this Hoya squad, as his first free throw is good. Last game against Spalding, 11 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for the 6'5" guard. So he goes 2 for 2. On the other end, it'll be Will Harper. Gives it up to Scribner. Harper inside, Baddies is there. There's a hold is called on Georgetown Prep for foul number 6. Both teams already in foul trouble. 6 for Georgetown Prep, 5 for Gonzaga. And we're not even 7 minutes into the game. Scribner eventually finds Harper, who pulls up for 3. Short. And the rebound goes to the Hoyas. Grabbed by Guap Cody, and now up the court comes the team in gray. 3-pointer up and down for Lee Brunner. Finally, someone makes a 3. Georgetown Prep retakes the lead, 12-10. Floater, no good. Cody with the rebound. Inside spin move. My goodness, what a move by Akbar Wahid. Grabbed in the middle, spun through 2 defenders, and laid it in all in one motion. Scribner gives it up to Harper. Harper on Wahid. Has Baddies. Good cut by Baddies, but can't corral it. Akeem Clark up the court. Brunner in the corner. Cross-court pass. Wahid inside, has the vision. Brunner had someone hop right over his head and eventually draws a shooting foul. Which I believe was called on Alex Chuomu. 6'5" forward in the class of 2025. So Brunner will head to the line for 2. First one, no good. Brunner averaging 7.1 points, 3.7 rebounds, and almost 2 assists per game for Georgetown Prep. And ends up 1 for 2 on that trip, extends the Hoyas' lead to 15-10. Under 8 now in the first half. Scribner. Pressure up court by Andrew Matthews. Was able to get it to Lewis, but not cleanly. Brunner was there. Baddies inside, runs over a man and called for the charge. Andrew Matthews puts his body on the line and gets rewarded. Mikey Williams will re-enter the court for Baddies. Gonzaga now with 7 fouls, but with that being an offensive foul, won't send anyone to the line for the Hoyas. Georgetown Prep with 6 themselves. Wahid to Cody. Wahid rises up for three, and it goes. Akbar Wahid. Georgetown Prep leads this one 18-10. Scribner thought about it. Drives in instead, no good. Matthews with the pressure, rebound to Cody. Down the court, Brunner lays it in smoothly, and it's now 20-10. The Hoyas are doubling the Eagles. Under 7 minutes. Nick Lewis. Brunner with the pressure. Lewis kicks it out. Harper for three. Wahid was there, no good. Rebound to Lewis though. Lewis pulls up on Cody and cashes through. Nick Lewis with a long range two, and he gets the steal on the other end. Lewis drives inside, floater is good. Back-to-back baskets for Nick Lewis. One of the most impactful players on this team. And on the rebound, Lucas Scribner stepped out of bounds. So it'll be Georgetown Prep ball under the basket. RJ Stewart will check in for Lee Brunner. McDonough will check in for Matthews. Mikey Williams with the steal. Lewis, Harper for three. Williams there with the rebound, puts it up. No basket but the foul. So both teams now with 7. Mikey Williams will head to the line for 2 shots. Williams' first free throw is good. Williams mainly used as a floor threat, doesn't give that much of a contribution to the points total, but a rebounder, he's in the lanes, so definitely kind of a Draymond Green almost, in the way that he just used as a defensive presence. As Wahid gives up to McDonough. Back to Wahid. In the corner. No room. McDonough now for three. Count it! Patrick McDonough, a 50% three-point shooter. His first three-pointer of the game. Extends the Hoyas' lead by 7, but not for long as Mikey Williams drives through. Here come the Hoyas. As the foul is called on the shot. Colin Reynolds will shoot 2. Reynolds' first shot no good. Reynolds averaging 8 points, 4.3 rebounds for the Hoyas. Last game against Spalding, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and a steal. The game prior to that, 15 points, 5 rebounds. He goes 1 for 2 from the line. It'll be Lewis, gets the screen from Williams. Lewis kicks it out, three-pointer is up, and no good for Blake Harper. Rebound to Lewis, who drives inside. And Wahid was battling with Williams. The three-pointer was short from Alex Tuomu, but he grabs it on the other end. Harper inside, tried to get it to Tuomu. And taking it coast to coast, or trying to, was RJ Stewart. And eventually a foul called on the shot for Akeem Clark. So he'll be shooting 2. 4:23 in this first half. Georgetown Prep leads this one 26-18. Pardon me. Clark was shooting the N1. Ends up out of bounds off of the Eagles, so it'll be Hoya ball under the basket. Brunner on the inbound, gets it to McDonough. Back to Brunner, kicks it out. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound to Harper. Blake Harper. To his brother Will. Nick Lewis. Getting pressure up top from Colin Reynolds. Lewis, long range 3. Off the back of the rim, but there's Williams with the rebound. Harper to Lewis. Lewis floats it. That one no good too. Over the back called against Lewis. Rightfully so against Colin Reynolds. Reynolds will go the other way for a 1-and-1. 3:37 on the clock. Georgetown Prep leads this one 26-18. Both teams at 7+ fouls. Nothing much matters after the 7-point threshold again. No double bonus. Reynolds. First one falls, so he'll be rewarded with another. Gonzaga has shown some promise this tournament. Obviously, they're 6-2. Last time we were up here, they lost to the Hawks. A timeout is called. A 28-18 lead for the Hoyas over the Eagles of Gonzaga. Gonzaga playing without one of their more notable players, Ryan Sable. He's averaging 14.5 points per game for the men in purple. Another loss, Derek Dixon. He's averaging 13.7. So of course, hard to recuperate from losing over 28 points of offense. Dixon with an offer from George Mason, so he's shown his talents. It's the 3 names for Georgetown Prep that are really coming through. RJ Stewart, Akbar Wahid, Patrick McDonough. We've seen a lot from Colin Reynolds and Lee Brunner as well. And out of the timeout we come. 3:37 on the game clock. Gonzaga down by 10. But with a lot of basketball left to play, we still got the rest of this first half and 16 more minutes of second half action. Nick Lewis to Tuomu. Harper. Tuomu in the corner. Will Harper pulls up from the free throw line. And strong rebound coming in for it. Guap Cody and McDonough. Gives it up to Brunner. Wahid. Cross-court pass. Brunner takes it inside and has it blocked out of bounds. Alex Tuomu rose up and swatted that one away. So it'll be Brunner on the inbound. Under 3 now. Runner to Cody. Williams was there. I think he took a shot to the face, but brushes it off. McDonough, the three-point line. Three-pointer is up and no good from Akeem Clark. The whistle blows. And they'll get Wahid for a foul. And so Will Harper will automatically go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Will Harper shooting 100% from the free throw line and continues that trend with the first make. Averaging 4.9 points per game. And goes 2 for 2 from the line, keeps true to his name and stays perfect. So it looks like Harper, not somebody that you really want to be fouling and giving freebies to, because that's 2 free points for Gonzaga. Wahid inside to Cody, spins around and floats it over Mikey Williams. Harper to Williams. Nick Lewis with the crossover. Oh, what a crossover from Nick Lewis, and the floater down the line. Lewis able to create tremendous space there, and now on defense against Brunner. Brunner kicks it out, three-pointer is up, and true! Akeem Clark with his second tray of the game. Tuomu. Nick Lewis drives inside strong and draws the foul on the shot. Looks like McDonough was there to provide the final blow. And it will be on McDonough. So 2 shots for Nick Lewis. His squad down 11, 33-22 with 1 minute and 3/4. He misses the first one. But gets the second one to fall. So Lewis goes 1 for 2 from the line, cuts the deficit to 10. RJ Stewart now to Cody. Flop Cody to Akeem Clark, Brunner. Wahid inside to Cody. Brunner recovers the lost ball. Takes it inside, shot, no basket. And Brunner will now go to the line for 2. Lots of fouls. They don't keep track past 7, but I'd assume that both teams are in double digits at least. Brunner's first one is good. Lee Brunner, a 100% free throw shooter, alongside Will Harper, and that stat remains as he goes 2 for 2 there. And checking into the game for Georgetown Prep is number 15, Andrew Matthews. Lead back up to 12 for the Hoyas, 1 minute and 17 in the first. Lewis called for the travel inside. Tried to go all the way. So it'll be RJ Stewart now. Stewart, Matthews, Cody inside, but there's Mikey Williams, and great defense from Williams. Harper has it poked away, and Lewis is there to recover under 1 minute to go. Lewis, floater. Rebound to Akeem Clark. Clark to Stewart. Slowed down by Tuomu. And Tuomu is there for the steal. Defensive foul called on RJ Stewart. That'll send Tuomu to the line for 1-on-1. 6'5" forward from the class of 2025, averaging 5 points and 4.3 rebounds. First free throw goes. So 2/3 shooter at 66.7%. Does average over a block per game for the Gonzaga team. And he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 10-point contest, under 35 seconds until the halfway point. McDonough pulls up for 3 over Lewis, and you can count it. McDonough with 2 threes made, and that one was from range. Blake Harper works on McDonough, crosses over, gives it to his brother, 3-pointer. No good, but Lewis is there to track it down. Foul called on the shot. Nick Lewis will head back to the free throw line. So 4.2 seconds to go in the first half. Georgetown Prep up by 13. That went off of an Eagles foot. We'll get a quick substitution for the last 3 seconds. Wahid will head to the bench in favor of Akeem Clark. Inbounds, no one open. Harper's there. Time clocking down. Harper off the bank and no good. So we will head into halftime. And Georgetown Prep leading this one 38-25. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for second half action at DeMatha High School at the Capital Hoops Classic right here on Scholar Athlete Sports Network.
Finals tonight? Is that your camera?
No, it's called my camera, but I got the same one.
Oh, okay. That's a nice one.
Thanks, man. Trying to keep up.
And back for the second half, joining me in the booth, Daniel Harris. Welcome to the broadcast, good sir.
How you doing, Noah? Great to be back on the broadcast. First time in the booth in a long time. So,
I mean, you came for a good one here. Georgetown Prep does lead this one by 13 going into the second half, but Gonzaga not going down without a fight.
This is one of those interesting powerhouses between two powerhouses between the IAC and the WCAC, and a little bit of a small rivalry too with Gonzaga and Georgetown Prep.
Well,
so very surprised by that.
Well, I mean, with Georgetown Prep, you have the IAC champions here. Oh, pardon me, semifinalists. They lost to Episcopal in the IAC semifinals, and in the first half, I mean, we have some great stats. Nick Lewis leading the charge for Gonzaga with 15 points, as we saw. Lee Brunner with 10 for Georgetown Prep. One thing that's surprising me is Patrick McDonough, who's averaging 11.3 points and shooting 50% for three, only has 2 shots. Both made three-pointers, so we might see him heat up a little bit in this second half.
I totally agree with you, Noah, as well. I think the biggest thing that we're going to have to see is we're going to see if Georgetown Prep can adjust and also adjust to make sure to get him some open looks. Because one thing about Gonzaga that's very, very historically known, they are very known to get after on the defensive end, and they know how to make some adjustments when they're taking away the best players' scores team. So that is one of the biggest things that we're going to look for in the second half. See if Coach Turner can make an adjustment.
Absolutely. So Jack Caden will be on the inbounds, and waiting for will be Nick Lewis, who calls over his teammate Will Harper because he notices the pressure. Right there is R.J. Stewart. And Brunner is there, and look at this press already by Georgetown Prep.
Coming off strong, Georgetown Prep really trying to just take a command lead. We'll see how the pressure holds up.
Harper tried to kick it out. No one was there. Caden was able to track it down and basically throw it off of Akeem Clark. So it'll be an inbounds for Caden. Wahid will provide the pressure, and he'll get it into Nick Lewis. Lewis shows off the moves. Eventually hands it off to Will Harper. Harper pulls up, jumper, and that one got nothing but air.
Not a good look by the Gonzaga player right there. Not a good look. I think he should have just went off 2 feet, just finish off 2 feet, I think.
And Will Harper subsequently sees the bench. I don't know if the two are related, and so we'll get the first in-game appearance for Gonzaga of James Gardiner. Brunner finds Wahid in the corner. Brunner gets it back at the top of the key, back to Wahid. The two playing catch back and forth. Wahid across, three-pointer is up. No good for R.J. Stewart, and it'll be an Eagles rebound with a foul called.
Biggest thing about the Eagles and also about both teams is they're very long and athletic, and especially on the Gonzaga end, they have to box out in this game.
Well, I mean, a trend that we saw in the first half is these two teams almost going too hard as both hit the 7 foul mark fairly early, not even halfway through the first half, as Caden had to look for 3, gave it up, and tried to drive in, and he'll be called for the travel as that pivot foot lifted up just so slightly.
One of the things that's the best part, Noah, about the Summer League games is you're going to see a lot of young players that we have not seen on the varsity level for both these teams. So we're going to see how well some of these players who came from JV as well, in this game.
Yeah, definitely give some time as a steal from Nick Lewis has Baddies, and he slams it home with that strong right hand.
Great strong finish right there for the player right there.
Thomas Baddies, that was his first basket of the game. And triumphant in his manner, that's the first points of the half for either team, as with 14:20 to go, it's 38-27 Georgetown Prep. Step back jumper in and out for Stewart. Rebounded to Nick Lewis, and I believe they're going to get a foul called on Baddies off the ball, so it'll be Georgetown Prep underneath the basket.
I think one of the things that I really like about Georgetown Prep, they look a little bit more athletic than years past. I think a little bit more. It reminds me of that 2018 team with that current former player. So Gonzaga player goes up off 2 feet, layup and one. You know, he reminds me of Mezi Agbi. I think I messed up his name. He's currently at JMU. He recently played there. Recently had a few years at Mount St. Mary's. Just transferred into James Madison.
So Nick Lewis with the transition layup and one, so he'll head to the line for a three-point play. Lewis, 5 for 7 from the line so far. Look to make it 6 for 8. And we'll do just that as the Georgetown Prep lead falls just a little bit to 8 points, 38-30. RJ Stewart. Colin Reynolds. Reynolds double teamed and finds Brunner. Brunner in the lane kicks it out. Three-pointer off the mark, and we got a wedgie for Akeem Clark.
You gotta hate those moments. You know what I mean? You gotta hate those moments. I think, Noah. You know, those are the worst.
I mean, it's the fun moments. It's the nuances of basketball. You know, you really never know what's gonna happen on these courts, and you know, you put up a three, and then it just kind of sticks there.
Totally agree with you. You know, sometimes it happens to the best of us. It even happened to me too. You know, when I was playing in high school and also playing collegiately.
So Brunner will inbound it. Cody is inside, and long pass over the shoulder of McDonough, which he's able to corral. McDonough gives it up to Akeem Clark, who finds Cody under the basket for the lay-in.
Got Cody, man. 6'9", long, athletic, knows how to finish around that paint. Today was the first official day to contact all the class of 2024, all the rising juniors. I'm pretty sure he's missed a lot of phone calls as of recently today, as of midnight.
You know, he's doing just that. He's using all of his length to his advantage, and you know, I think that it's kind of getting back into the swing of things too. I mean, it's your first game back. You know, you really just have to take it slow and go with the motions.
Totally agree, and I think one of these things is as well, this is probably their last tune-up before the DMV Live.
As Chiromu drives in on Cody and gets the spin lay-in. Back down to an 8-point game. Brunner at the halfway point to Matthews. Andrew Matthews gave it up to Cody, back to Brunner. Finds McDonough. Has it tipped away by Lewis, but Brunner is there, and they're calling an over and back. I thought Nick Lewis got a piece of that.
I thought so too, but with Summer League, especially playing on a court where there's no defined half-court line, it can go either way, especially in that moment. So, hats off to the young player, man. Just let it go. Just next play on that.
You know, you kind of have to draw the line right between the C and the A of the WCAC logo, and that's a very fine and very much invisible line.
I totally agree.
Mikey Williams drives in, has it stolen from underneath, and Reynolds down the other direction, has to try and slow it down, and McDonough ends up with it. A tie-up on the floor. Possession arrow is with Gonzaga.
I love the intensity that both Gonzaga and Georgetown Prep are displaying, especially where normally the big-time private schools teams, they're getting ready for the live period this upcoming weekend, so they're going to probably take it easy, but I still love that competitive fire in the Summer League game.
Definitely love to see it. Makes it entertaining for all the fans and parents and us in the booth up here as well. Looks like the referee having a chat with the scores table and ends up with Caden inbounding it. McDonough there, along with Brunner, and they're double teaming Nick Lewis. So Mikey Williams to Jack Caden, who drives in, grabs his own rebound, puts it back up, no good, and I think that one will be a foul on the shot. So Jack Caden will head to the line for two.
Frank Sakabe, he is 6'8", and he's only an incoming sophomore. I mean, young fella, he played varsity this past season for Georgetown Prep. Just gotta use his length, man, in that situation right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also, you know, getting used to your body, because, you know, when you're 15, 16 years old and you're 6'8", there's a lot more technique to master.
I totally agree, and that will come in time, but he has a promising career these next few years.
As Caden goes 0 for 2 from the line, Brunner grabs the rebound and has it up the court. Brunner. Gardner is there for the defense. McDonough, Nick Lewis all over the court. Long range two, no good, and Lewis rises up and grabs the rebound.
Love that big rebound by Lewis. And I love how he's attacking the rim and finding his teammates right there. Great finish right there.
Jack Caden underneath the basket for the lay-in. And it's a 6-point game.
We got to see how patient Georgetown Prep, and there's another turnover, and that Gonzaga pressure's coming.
Oh my goodness!
That is a poster. Welcome to your Kodak moment right there.
Alex Tuomu taking the entire court to its feet for the dunk and one, and you're exactly right. Hope someone had their camera there, because he's going to want to put that on his wall.
Great strong finish. Did not hesitate one bit. Just went to the rim strong and pounded right there. I wish we had our replay to show the fans at home.
Tuomu misses the free throw. The 6'5" forward, rising sophomore, and seeing that strength from someone who's only 14 or 15 years old is scary.
It's scary, but it's also a great thing as well. That means the future's bright for this Gonzaga program.
As Brunner takes it in, and offensive foul. Nick Lewis able to draw the contact.
That's what Georgetown Prep's going to have to do. They're just going to have to keep attacking the rim and then just trying to drive and kick to get out to the open shooters, as many as they have. And then also maybe just try to initiate some offense. Just get a few more paint touches, and I think they'll be okay.
So Cody at the three-point line, gives it into Brunner, who takes it in. Shot, count the basket. And one. A late foul call. So I believe Brunner will head to the line for another free throw, and he will. Lead back up to 6 for Georgetown Prep. 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second half.
Great strong take, as I said earlier. Georgetown Prep's going to just have to keep attacking the rim. You know, it looks like Gonzaga is in a small lineup right now, so you have to expose that by just getting into the paint and just finding someone open either on the perimeter or just going and finishing it.
I mean, from the eye test, it looks like that. I mean, you have 6'2" Mikey Williams, 6'5" Alex Tuomu, but no one much taller than that, as the free throw rattles home for Brunner. Lead up to 7. Nick Lewis. Being guarded up by R.J. Stewart. Long range three-pointer. Off the mark, and the rebound goes to Georgetown Prep on the other end, but R.J. Stewart unable to control that one. So it'll be a free inbound for Jack Caden, and Nick Lewis will have another shot.
Turnovers is very key as well, as both these teams probably experiencing very young guards at the varsity level. Both coaches are probably monitoring how many turnovers they have so they can get ready for this upcoming weekend.
It's Colin Reynolds called for the foul against Jack Caden. Checking into the game once more, Andrew Matthews sends Reynolds to the bench. Reynolds had 2 fouls in the first half. So looks like that Coach Blue trying to avoid that 5-foul mark, and Tuomu, through 3 defenders, rises up for the easy basket.
Love Tuomu's tenacity right there on that finish.
Hakeem inside. Had Cody. Loses it. Caden fouled by Brunner.
Ball security is job security, as I've said numerous times, especially when you have a tall 6'9", tall post player right there. The guards have to give a better post entry right then and there. They can't rush that timing.
And heading to the bench goes Cody, and in his place, Tyler Garrett, 6'8" forward. It's only losing an inch, but Tuomu doesn't care and goes in for back-to-back buckets. It's a 3-point game.
Told you, one thing about Summer League, Noah, is that it's going to get a little bit crazy, and it's anybody's game at this point in time, as we see a turnover by Georgetown Prep by the Little Hoyas.
Nick Lewis poked it away. Free throw line, no good. Tried to go in for the rebound, but went back to the Hoyas on the other end. Stewart working on Caden, drives inside, land blocked by Tuomu. Tuomu the second or third block as Matthews puts up the three and cashes it. Big time three-pointer for Andrew Matthews. Extends the lead to 6.
Great shot by them. Again, Georgetown Prep just driving and kicking. You know, that's going to be the biggest key for them to close this game out.
Harper's floater bounces around 2 or 3 times, but no good. Stewart now. Brunner thought about the three, but Lewis was there, so gives it up to Stewart, who drives into the paint with the left hand. No good. Rebound to Mikey Williams.
I like the finish right there. You got to finish those. You got to finish those layups, especially middle of the second half like that.
Lewis to Caden. Matthews there for some quick pressure. Caden thought about it, went up for it off the glass and in.
Sometimes you just got to do fundamental basketball, just right off the glass right there. Touch off the backboard.
46-42, Georgetown Prep so leads this one by 4 with just over 8.5 left. As there's Brunner inside, lays it in, and a good lead back up to 6.
It's gonna be a tight one, I think, Noah. You know, especially with going back and forth like this.
I mean, this has been the Lee Brunner show for Georgetown Prep. He guards up on Nick Lewis. Williams grabs it at the top of the key. Behind the back move inside. Loses it, and it'll be Hoya's ball.
Williams had a dump down right there to the Gonzaga post player right there. He really had a dump down, you know, as Coach Turner was pointing out, and it looks like he's heading towards the bench on that. So great idea, kid, on driving, but you got to dump down that, especially when you're driving in traffic.
Coming in for Williams, 6'5" forward Connor Amorosi, rising junior. Brunner to McDonough. Brunner was open for 3 for a moment, but McDonough will take it instead, and that's another three-pointer for McDonough.
Again, Georgetown Prep's biggest strength is they can drive and kick and find open shooters. That's one of the biggest strengths about the Hoyas, little Hoyas right now.
Patrick McDonough has 3 shots, and they were all 3 made three-pointers as the travel is called.
Again, it looks like Gonzaga's using a lot of their younger players who are just getting into playing varsity, so we're going to see a tendency, especially down the stretch, those younger players make a little bit some costly mistakes. Some mistakes as they're young, they're just getting into the varsity level. So we're gonna see that a little bit.
Caden there to force the turnover. Patrick McDonough just kind of threw it out of bounds, it seemed. So Gonzaga will get the ball back with 7-10, down 9 points as the backdoor pass to Harper, and the foul is called on the shot. So Harper will head to the line for 2.
Going to be interesting how they play this out now. You know, I mean, now it's 7 minutes. It's 7:07 minutes left on the clock. It's going to be running clock. We got to see how both teams, and it looks like Gonzaga is in the bonus, I believe.
Yeah, Gonzaga just entered the bonus on that foul, which is 1-1 on any subsequent foul, which I think might have been there. So I guess a floor foul called on Will Harper, but since it was foul number 7, he went to the line to shoot 1-1.
I love how Gonzaga's in that press right now, trying to press them off and see what Georgetown Prep, as they force the turnover, the turnover on Georgetown Prep.
Will Harper there with the pressure, and he's comes out of it with the ball. You know, it's kind of a risky move with 7 minutes to go still to run a full court press, as McDonough's pressure does not result in inbound for the Hoyas. So it'll be Caden. Akbar Wahid. The defense, but Caden finds Lewis. Lewis inside. Not sure how that shot even got up, but he grabs the steal and a much easier lay-in.
Way to stay after it. Lewis stayed after it, made a mistake. He didn't get frustrated toward the end. He just made it. He just came back, got a finish. Now Gonzaga, now the Bulldogs got a timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Believe it was Georgetown Prep who called it, and rightfully so, because with 6:48, the lead is nowhere safe. I mean, it's gone from double digits down to 3, and now it's at 7 right now, 51-44. And I believe that Coach Blue might have a word or two to talk to his players about. As Gonzaga breaks their huddle.
Totally agree. This is the time where everyone's learning. This is one of the best things about the summer league is everybody's learning about each other, and it's not just happening here at the Capital Summer League. It's also happening all over the DC area, and that's one of the biggest things and benefits about these summer leagues is you get to know who you have for next year, especially for the private schools. I know some private schools are still currently recruiting. You get to know what they have and what they need to bring in. Unlike the public schools where, hey, they have to just wait and see who moves into town that fall.
Matthews gets it into Brunner, spin move, three-pointer up and good.
Again, Georgetown Prep, the Little Hoyas just have to drive and find their shooters. They have a plethora of shooters on this team, as I said before.
And that one was Tyler Garrett. Caden off the glass and no good. Garrett with the rebound. 10-point game after the Garrett three-pointer. Brunner taking his time, not worried about the shot clock. Of course, 30 seconds regardless of outcome. McDonough, no room to Omu there. Wahid has Caden pressuring him, and I believe the shot clock will run out, and it will. Great defensive stand by Gonzaga as Georgetown Prep couldn't find a shot.
That's one of the things about Gonzaga. They're going to make adjustments, and I think a lot of teams here they're going to make adjustments, but especially Coach Turner and his pedigree, he's going to make a big adjustment.
After the shot clock violation, Harper will inbound it to Baddies. Lewis, quick up the court, splits two defenders, puts up the layup, and is fouled on the shot, so he'll go for 2 free throws.
Love how Gonzaga's just attacking instead of just settling for threes, because normally you see a lot of young athletes just try to settle and go jack for threes, even though they don't need to.
Nick Lewis, first shot good. 67% free throw shooter. Leading this squad with 22.2 points per game, and holds a couple offers from Bryant and George Mason. Bryant, the new home of St. Peter star Doug Eddert. And for those of you followed with Shaheen Holloway's team, as he's the new coach at Seton Hall.
Also got an offer his teammate, Devin Dinkins, that's at George Mason University. Recently they just started their pool workouts, and he's primed to have a major freshman year. I believe he might be starting, I think, in my opinion, for Mason.
Tuomu laid it in for the Eagles and cut the lead to 7. McDonough to Reynolds. Stewart thought about the three, instead inside to Colin Reynolds. Puts up the shot, and in for the tip-in is Cody. Using that big 6'9" frame and that massive wingspan to just rise up and tip it in.
I like that as well, but one of the things I love about Georgetown Prep, what they did right there, is they were very patient on offense. They just kept looking. They didn't rush. They seemed very in sync and in tune, and they got a good look. He missed it, and it could have been a foul call right then and there too, but Cody, that's what you get when you have a 6'9". He can clean up things, and that's the luxury of having a player like him, like his caliber on that roster.
And I think that one of the great things to watch is you know that all these guys are young. You know, all of them have at least one more year of high school eligibility. They're all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. And so you just look and you see if they're doing this in the early stages, these teams are still forming. What can they do when you see them on the stage come wintertime?
Exactly, and especially with these two teams who have a tendency to play national schedules, this is just a chance to see, I know exactly, you know, especially for Gonzaga, to see who else can we call up, you know, when that time comes, when, you know, especially when injuries come in as well. You know, let's see what we have in our depth. Same thing with Georgetown Prep. Let's see what we have in our depth, you know, moving forward.
So Nick Lewis takes his point guard position. Caden inside, tough shot, no good. Rebound ends up with Brunner. On the other end, Brunner stops short. Three-pointer finally up, off the mark, and the rebound goes to Nick Lewis. Baddies for three. Short. Rebound underneath to Mikey Williams. Tip in, no good. Three straight tip-in attempts. Blocked. Colin Reynolds had it, but a held ball called, and possession arrow, I believe, is with Gonzaga.
I don't agree with that call right there by the official. I don't agree with that. I don't think that was I think it was a held ball, but I don't think they could have called a jump, I think, on that. I think, in my opinion.
So it'll be Will Harper inbounding it. Bounce pass to Mikey Williams. Gives it back to Harper. Gives it to Nick Lewis to reset. Baddies. Inside, feeling the heat. Puts up the layup. Rebound, grabbed and shot up and good for Will Harper. And it's back down to a 7-point game with just over 4 minutes.
Again, we're going to see how much will does both teams have. Even though it's a summer league game, not much is going on. Not much is really on the line. We're going to see how much these young guys, how much will they got. You know, moving on.
And I think at the end of the day, it's just going to be who has the most gas left in the tank. I mean, we've seen, just to name drop, Nick Lewis has been all over the court. He's been rebounding, he's been assisting, he's been getting through passing lanes. I mean, he's been doing it all. It's kind of a Steph Curry-esque, the way that he kind of seems to be just a ball of energy.
Ball of energy as well. I think one of the things that what I need to see more from Nick Lewis, in my opinion, I think I would love to see him move without the ball a little bit, but he'll probably be doing that a lot more towards the high school season. But I think because he might be one of the few varsity players available, it seems like, on this Gonzaga team, he has to have the ball in his hands moving forward in order to help this team win today.
Well, class of 2025, so he has a lot of years to hone his game down. Only a sophomore right now. Brunner waiting for the charge up, and there it is. And Patrick McDonough. Gonzaga with a hard man defense. And it looks like that they went. Not sure if it's a 2-3, if it's a man. Looks like a man defense.
They're going man, but it's coming out of a little bit of a press, a full out press, and then going into a man. They are going to try to look for a trap, it seems like.
As Reynolds takes it in, and that shot found nothing but air, but he threw it off of Mikey Williams' foot.
Biggest thing that I think Coach Turner was saying, you got to go after the ball, especially when it goes up. The Gonzaga front court stopped playing a little bit right then and there. You got to keep going.
3 seconds on the shot clock for Georgetown Prep, and a timeout will be called by, I believe, Steve Turner. So that will be delayed by just about 30 seconds. Again, Georgetown Prep leads this one 56-49 on the Gonzaga Eagles with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. Already at the 7-foul threshold, so any foul on the Hoyas will result in 1-and-1 free throws for Gonzaga. Meanwhile, the Eagles have 5 fouls to give. So, contrasting situations in that end. Gonzaga heads back on the floor. Georgetown Prep taking their time. Drawing up a play, because again, with only 3 seconds on the shot clock, you got to get up a quick look.
Totally agree. I think the biggest thing with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, I think one of the advantages that, you know, a lot of the private schools have, they're playing in their leagues, they're playing with a shot clock. So, and that's what you have to do in college basketball as well. Play with that shot clock. We'll see what they come up with.
Brunner will inbound it. And it got picked up. McDonough forced to put something up. Brunner has it blocked and a shot clock violation. Looks like they were trying to get Wahid open at the top of the key, but Tuomu was playing hard defense and stopped that.
Wahid is one of their key points for this Georgetown Prep team, so they have to just take away any good looks for him, any looks, period.
Lewis, Harper for 3. Count it, baby! Big time three-pointer for Will Harper, and it's a 4-point game once more.
Big shot by Harper right there. Loved how Lewis found Harper and Harper just let it fly.
Brunner, easy lay-in. Baddies was there but didn't give any pressure, so 6-point game with 3 minutes and change to go.
Big, love the bucket right there by Brunner. Love that bucket. Between the legs, just attack the rim. I love it.
Caden gives it up to Lewis. Lewis takes it himself off the front of the rim. Rebound to Brunner. Brunner with a head of steam up the court. Puts up the shot. No good and out of bounds. Last touch, they're going to say, by Patrick McDonough. And Gonzaga will get a hard-fought possession.
Love that hustle and extra energy by both players right there. You know, that's what it takes to win a game, and you know, hope these habits will translate in the fall, in the wintertime.
Harper on the inbound. Nick Lewis with his hands on his knees, looking absolutely gassed. I don't think he's seen the bench once.
He deserves a nice body armor or Gatorade toward the end of this.
Baddies inside, working on his man. Can't get the layup in.
I love the look on that, but no, well, and a charge call. Ooh.
Will Harper not afraid to set his feet and draws the charge on Akbar Wahid.
One of the difficult things about Summer League with that, I wish we had replay just to see, make sure, dispute the call for that.
You know, maybe you can, you know, shoot Mark Stein an email or a text and say, hey, you know, how about we add this on for next summer?
Yeah, maybe an instant replay, but we got to talk to our superiors on that one as well. So that's above my pay grade.
It's okay. Our job here is just to talk about what's going on, not to try to add stuff on to our broadcast. With 2:17 in the second half, Georgetown Prep leads still 58-52. Have not trailed since they were down 10-9. And then up 12-10 and haven't looked back.
It's gonna now they're heading free throws now. I think there was a technical call.
Someone got called for a technical foul. That's not what you want to see for Gonzaga, as they were itching to put some shots up and instead are going to be down by more points than they came in with, as Brunner goes 1 for 2, and it's a 7-point game with Georgetown Prep possession.
Coach Turner giving a little bit of the refs a tiny bit of an earful, not going all out, but that technical just costed them, and you know, Georgetown Prep gets the ball back.
Well, I mean, that technical foul is going to result in at least -1, and we'll see what happens on this one. Almost a steal by Will Harper, but instead Colin Reynolds came up with it. RJ Stewart gets it to Lee Brunner. Brunner had the screen there from Cody. Couldn't find the room, but Cody wide open under the basket. Someone was caught sleeping on defense, and 3 points out of that total possession.
Got to see ball man right there. That's a simple mistake these young guys at Gonzaga did. Left Cody open. Kobe was open. Got the finish.
Lewis looking for anything, and an offensive foul is called. Called on the push. McDonough will come in for RJ Stewart, or pardon me, Colin Reynolds. And it looks like that with every passing second and every passing blow of the whistle that Gonzaga is just losing all the energy and momentum that they had.
I totally agree. I see a little bit of a deflation of energy, off them, and that's not a good thing to have, especially for a very good team like the Gonzaga.
And a situation where you're down 9 with just over a minute 20, you really have to get the ball back and put up some shots. It's going to take a lot, though. The shot is up and foul is called, and Brunner will go to the line once more.
I love how they're finding Brunner out there, and give credit to the Georgetown Prep guards. They are very fundamentally sound, all of them. They keep it simple, they keep it to the basics and everything, and that's one of the cool things I really like about that.
Brunner misses the first free throw, so still a 9-point game as Reynolds checks back in, so there's a temporary substitution. McDonough quickly back to the bench. 5'10" point guard will probably finish the afternoon with 9 points, 3 3-pointers made, and Brunner 1 for 2, put lead up to double digits, 62-52 with 1:09 to go. Lewis finds space for 3, off the back of the rim. Hoyas basketball.
Not a good shot. I don't like that look by Lewis. I think you got to run a little bit of offense right there.
Brunner takes it down the court. Finds his man underneath, and that'll be the lay-in good for Akeem Clark. And I think at this point, down 12, Gonzaga just has to go for any shot they can take.
Totally agree. Find a good shot and see what happens.
As Baddies gets some English on that shot and a timeout call by Gonzaga, Georgetown Prep lead now cut down to 9.
A little bit of a rough one for Gonzaga right there. Just too many different mistakes right there moving forward.
I mean, I think that you can make the shots, but you also have to get the stops going on defense. And I don't know if Gonzaga has the wherewithal to. It's kind of stop shot, all within 41.3 seconds. I guess you could try to intentionally foul, but you'll still be having to grab rebounds, and I guess that's probably the best look for them.
I guess so. I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that So biggest thing that I think what I see from Gonzaga is that they're a young team. They're learning. They're going to learn and do what's best for them. And a lot of these young guys, they're new to this varsity system, to Coach Turner and what's his expectations are. So it's just going to be an adjustment period. I think this is a great lesson for them, moving forward.
So Georgetown Prep will have the inbound. RJ Stewart. Off the release, high pass. Lewis is there to intercept it. Lewis, Baddies for 3. No good. Rebound goes to the Hoyas. Stewart under the basket for the lay-in. Back up to 11 points, and anything on the board now is just a formality.
Totally agree. I think Gonzaga learned a lot about their young guys. Great layup right there. Georgetown Prep learned a lot. Great game for both teams, especially heading into the live period this weekend.
And both teams only with 2 losses, but Gonzaga will fall to 6-3. Georgetown Prep will improve to 6-2. And you should see some shifts in the standings after this final buzzer sounds and after the games end today. McDonough grabs the inbound to Stewart, who will run out the clock, and with that, it'll be it. Final score, Georgetown Prep 66, Gonzaga 57. And Daniel, we saw a valiant effort from the Eagles to come back, but I think it was just too little, too late.
Yes, a lot of good stuff by the Eagles as well. You know, again, with Gonzaga, it's a younger team, as we see. A lot of guys just not a lot of experience, but you know they're going to take this, learn the mistake, learn from the adjustments, and get ready for the live period this weekend for the first high school session. And as for Georgetown Prep, this is a really good team, especially as well, since they will be here at the DMV Live as well this upcoming weekend as well. These two teams are just basically getting ready for the next 2 weekends for the first session, especially for this upcoming session this weekend here at the Matho.
And I think that we saw some promising signs from Gonzaga. We saw some guys knocking down threes. I mean, Thomas Batties had 2 big ones in the second half, and I mean, obviously Nick Lewis is undeniable. Will Harper showed some flashes, and I think that, as you mentioned, this is kind of like an adjustment period. You're kind of working out the kinks, and then you'll be able to come back stronger.
Yep, totally agree, especially for right now in the moment. Right now, I think both teams' importance is make sure everyone's healthy for this upcoming weekend.
So that'll do it for our broadcast. SASN will be back later on for the Goodfellas versus the Wolverines at 7:30, but Georgetown Prep takes a good one. For Noah Schubert and Daniel Harris up in the booth, this has been SASN TV bringing you live coverage from the Capital Hoops Summer League here at DeMatha High School in Hyattsville, Maryland.
Yeah, turn it off.